I'm live. I'm live, and I don't expect anyone to join. Yeah, it's amazing. And yeah, let me do this. Do this. Hey everyone, and welcome to my live. I'm coming back from 2025, and I wanted to speak about 2025. But before I go there, first, I started doing lives last year in November. I said it to myself, I'm gonna do it every week. I'm gonna. Oh, someone joined. They left, of course, but that's fine. November 2025, I started doing the lives on YouTube. And I said to myself, I'll do it. I'll be consistent. I'll do it every week. Every week. My plan was Sundays at 5 o'clock. This will be the original time. And I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about what I have studied during the week. So, giving a bit more on the coaching side as I'm a life coach. Yes, maybe I should have started with this. Maybe I should have started this. Hey everyone, I'm Vinci, a certified life coach, and I help people break free from the guilt cycle caused by procrastination so they can reclaim their time, direction, and potential. My work is grounded in awareness, a deeply personal approach, and building healthy habits aligned with who the person truly is. This isn't surface level motivation, it's actually a real inner work that leads to clarity, confidence, and tangible change. I provide a safe, judgment free space with guidance, practical tools, and accountability. And my personal goal is simple. When someone works with me, they learn to own their time and live up to their potential. We got out of the way. Now it's 2026. And 2026, I have I have set a few things that I will be doing, a big goal that I will be aiming for, and I'm working towards it. During the holiday times and especially December, I stopped coming here being live with you. First, maybe one of the reasons was there's always excuses because I don't see the return. I don't see anyone joining here. I don't feel that connection. But it's still an amazing experience. I actually love coming here and just spitting out what's in here because I'm not scripted. I'm just coming here and talking to you whatever I feel like talking. And since 2025 ended and we're back in 2026, this is the first whole week of January, and each day I had on my list of I will do this today is going live on YouTube, going live on YouTube. And today is the last day of the week, Sunday, and here I am on my work desk. My wife is away. And I have the whole apartment for myself, so I can use my workspace, which is our living room. And what usually happens during the work days is I work from here and she works from there. Uh, and I right now don't feel comfortable. Maybe comfortable is a better word to use. I don't feel comfortable just spitting right here and just she being there because I know that she'll be listening and I don't want to interrupt her work. So I usually go in the other room in the bedroom. I set up a little table with another chair, sit down, and this is where I do my coaching sessions as well, and this is where I do the YouTube lives. But now I have the apartment, and I'm actually standing, which is amazing. I always love working standing, and it's easier for me to speak. So 5 minutes in, I guess it's time to share with you. I'm committing this year, 2026, to go live on YouTube every week. I don't have a steady schedule right now, The idea is to have it at least once per week, and I'll be talking about how my week was going, what did I learn during the week, what went great, what didn't, what can be improved, what am I working on. But as a first episode, I guess it's good to go back and look at the year that I had. As the year that I had was pretty awesome, and I say it with a big yes, that was correct. Because 2025 was the best year of my life. I'm not saying that the previous years were not good. It's just 2025 topped everything. I've been on this transformational journey since I did Camino back in 2023, and it's been going up and up and up and up, and it's not a straight line. Don't get that. It's not a straight line. It really is this up and down, up and down, up and down, but the trajectory is up, and I feel that. I feel how I change. And last year was yet another one that I'm going up the trend. What was so great that made the year and made me just looking back at it and say, you know what, it actually was a great year. It was the best year. Well, on the first place, and that's the most important part, and I guess it's good to start with it. I got married. I got married to the most wonderful, the most beautiful, the most gorgeous, and so caring, organized person, the love of my life, my wife now. We had an amazing wedding. It was 3 days. Here in Bulgaria, we have this thing called the 3 day wedding for the Roma gypsies. I don't know if I can say that, but it's like 3 days. And because in the first day, on the 22nd of August, we did the official things, going in the municipality, signing the registry. Then we did a church wedding as well, so we got connected and we got married in front of God and law, as I said. The second day was the whole celebration with all the friends and family that we invited. We had a beautiful, beautiful photo session. We had a videographer, so now we have an hour and a half of memory from that day. We had a blast. And then the third day was the after party with us, both of us sleeping no more than 2 hours. We went to the beach because the freaking wedding was on the beach. It was so amazing. Oh, we had such a great time. I was, we, no, I was, and she was, and like the whole group, everyone that we invited was enjoying and dancing and laughing and celebrating. We had an amazing uh, keynote speaker, or like a name. I'm not sure what it's called in English, but the person that was in charge of keeping the like announcing things, making the next specific features of the wedding. She was amazing, and we had a game. No, it was just the best time. The best time. Another another part. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I had to find what I wanted to share. The next amazing thing, and it's gonna sound silly, it's gonna sound goofy, but for me it was amazing. At the beginning of the year, I said to myself, I'm gonna be able to do an unassisted pull-up by June. That was my New Year's resolution back in January 2025. And why I said it was amazing. I had this goal for probably 20 years, more or less, something about maybe since I was around 17, 18. I wanted to be able to go to the bar and just be able to do a pull-up. And I set this as a goal this year. I had it throughout the years. Every time I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do 10, I'm gonna do one. It never happened. I was never consistent enough and never ever put in the effort to actually make make it through, to actually accomplish it. So what did I do this year? I made it happen. I was consistent. I was doing the training. I was going to gym every morning. I am a 5 a.m.er, so my 5 a.m. training since March until, well, November was going to the street fitness, to the bars, and just doing some exercises with a pull up, with some push ups, and an Australian pull up. And on the 17th of June, that was my dream. That was my dream. My dream was to be able to, without, because I was using elastic band so that I can do the exercise. So it's assisting me to go up and down. It just builds the muscle. So on the 17th of June, that was the day that it happened. And when I accomplished my dream of being able to do the exercise and being able to see from the top with my own eyes the other side of the bar from the top of it, it was like because I had recorded it and I can see it back, and it was not pretty. But I was so excited. I was jumping, I was screaming, I was punching the air like I just won $1 million, million less, million euros, whatever you just like. I won the lottery. I felt such a huge boost of positive energy. It was amazing. Another highlight that I had through 2025 was, oh, we I visited two more countries, and we had another couple other trips abroad. So for my birthday, or just in March, I went to Switzerland with my wife when she was still my fiance at the time, and we had an amazing time. I've always wanted to go to Switzerland. I've been dreaming about seeing the Alps, and to have the privilege to actually on my birthday to be up in the Alps, seeing a beautiful lake, but without seeing the lake. Why? Because it was frozen. And on top of that, the experience of walking across that lake was just surreal. You know that there's nothing that can happen, but at the same time, while you're walking and you're in the middle of the lake, and it's a big lake. I cannot tell you how big as a square meters it is, but it was pretty big. We walked at least 5-10 minutes into to reach the middle of the lake, and you're in the middle of the lake, the frozen lake, and you're walking and you can hear the water from down. You can sense a bit when the ice is wobbling. Such a surreal. And we walked and made a circle, and just coming back, we just hear this boom in the back end, like an explode. It heard it sounded like an explosion at the back, and I just turned back because the lake is right at the the lowest part of a really huge summit, which is about three 3,500 meters tall, something like that. And there's a big, maybe 1,000 meters deviation between where the lake is and where the mountain peak is. And we heard it. I just turned back and I see the snow on the way up in the mountain just falling down. So just a crazy, crazy experience. The other new country that I visited was Austria. I've never been to Austria, so I enjoyed that time. It was with my family, with my mom, dad, my sister, and her family, my brother-in-law, my two nieces. So that was an amazing time as well. Additionally, we spent some time in Italy. Have been to Italy when I was 12. which was great. But now it was as an adult, as a a bit more sound in mind person. We went to with my wife for her birthday this time to Amalfi Coast. We rented a car in Naples and just drove on the Amalfi Coast, visited all the different towns like Sorrento, Amalfi, Positano. Uh, just such a stunning view, such an amazing drive. Even though the Italian roads are very narrow, there are a lot of cars and even more motorbikes that drive like crazy and always on the horn. It was just a amazing experience and a beautiful sight because you're constantly driving on the cliffs, on the shore, on the steer sheep cliffs, and you're like right there. The car is right there, and like, oh my god, it was great. It was great. 1 year ago, 1 year ago, I was still going through the life coaching certification. It was right around the middle of it, middle part of it. And this is the first time in my life when I experienced the so-called flow state. I was for a month a high performer. I was working hard. I was setting daily intentions. I was following them and I was super excited. I was feeling super energized. Everything was going as planned, firing on all cylinders. That was great, and that was an amazing lesson. Unfortunately, then, well, fortunately or unfortunately, as a whole, I think it's a good thing that it happened because it happened, and there's a lot of lessons that I learned just from that. I challenged myself to a 5 day fast, which I did. At the same time, my fiance went for 20 days to travel to Mexico, and this was the first time that we were away for this long since September, and we haven't been for so since we have been together. This was the first time that she was not here with me, and I grew very close to her, and she was part of. Uh, like she's giving me, she's my muse, like she gives me this excitement, she gives me this charge, this love that I need, that the gratitude of she being there that feeds this the motivation. She's my motivation. Yeah, that's the word that I was looking for. She is my motivation. And she went on holiday for 20 days. At the same time, I started doing a task, which is building my website. And I don't know how to build a website, so it's completely new. I haven't done any planning. I did a bit of planning, but I didn't do any training before it, so it was a completely new, very frustrating task. So all these three things added to all together: fasting, just having zero energy, being very dizzy, especially the second day was the worst, and just all of a sudden I came back to my procrastination tendencies, started binging and watching videos and movies and saying, "Oh, I don't have energy. I don't want to do it. I don't feel like doing it right now." And that language that I was using and the frustrating tasks that I had to do, it just built together. And the lack of motivation that my fiance was giving to me, that external motivation that was helping me push through those difficult times of frustration and exhaustion, it was lacking as well. So all these three together and stopped my flow, like killed it, killed it. I went back to the default that I had built in the previous many years together. Just, oh, I don't want to do it now. I can do it later. La 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 la, and just not working. So that's an amazing lesson that I've learned, and right now I'm rereading my journals from that time, and the few things that I noticed that helped me with having that experience of having that experience. Sorry. Having that experience of high performance, like being so good, like you just feel like whatever comes to you, you can take it on. Like you're so confident, you're so fired up. It's like, oh, this is so easy. I can do this forever. You cannot. So the few things that I have been noticing, it's like I'm doing a case study right now on myself. Uh, is once I started it, I didn't realize that I'm going there. Is first I knew what I want to do, so that was just studying a lot, getting better at the art of coaching, and practicing a lot. My motivation was I was sick and tired of putting things off and just not working it. I was having an amazing routine. I introduced a calendar and was sticking up to my calendar. I was going to gym 3 times per week. I was having a better what calls it, a better diet, which now I know it wasn't amazing because now I have an amazing diet, but back then it was better than I usually do. I was speaking to myself in an uplifting, empowering way. I was starting my day with a very big gratitude, like 3, 4, 5 sentences of gratitude towards myself, towards people around me, towards nature, towards all the little things that makes me me, and all the little things that makes my body actually work. I was constantly repeating that I'm proud of myself, and this is a huge thing for me. This is a huge drive that I have, and on a daily basis, I'm like, I'm proud of myself for doing that. I'm proud of myself for doing that, and that feeds on, and it feeds on. And also on top of it, I went through and lived through two huge breakthroughs for myself. First one was on my perfectionism and always waiting for the perfect moment, for the perfect opportunity, knowing everything perfectly. I had to go search inside of me, do the work, and just realize that there's no perfect moment. Scratch that. There is a perfect moment, and the perfect moment is perfect moment is now. Always and constantly will be now. Action is always the perfect thing. Whether you succeed or not, maybe you fail, but in failure is where we learn, in failure is where we grow. If we do everything perfect, if we do everything flat and we know, all right, this is fine, we don't grow in this way. We just stay in the same spot. And my experience the last two years has been exponential growth. And exponential growth is amazing. The last 2 years of my life, I said 2024 was the best year of my life. Then I lived through 2025 and I said 2025 is the best year of my life. And you know what? 2026 I'm looking forward to because I know it's going to be the best year of my life. How do I know? Well, I don't know. It's it's just I know what I want to do. I am super motivated to do it. I'm excited to do it. I'm looking forward, and the goals that I have, they're just amazing. 2026 is going to be legit an amazing year. It's going to take a lot. my other dream, my other big dream that I have had, and why I'm putting myself in this in this journey of building a coaching practice is being an entrepreneur, starting my own thing, working for myself, building a business. And I've been doing that the last year. And it's been a struggle. It's been a lot of lessons learned. There's been a lot of lessons not learned, yet lived through. So I can look back and actually learn something from it. Hopefully. Now, and now 2026, I'm continuing on that road, on building that business and making it successful, working with many people. And know why? Because I know that I can help. I know how much I can help. I know I lived through it. I know what I can offer. And what I can offer is guidance. I can offer support. I can offer a different perspective. Being able to see multiple perspectives in front of your eyes, choosing the one that is the most empowering, choosing the one that actually brings you closer to what you want to achieve, is how we grow. This is how we actually go from point A to point B. That's the most straight line. Being able to make the correct choice and make the decision and act upon that decision. Because one thing is making decisions, which is super important. Yeah, yet another thing is actually acting upon that decision and being consistent with it and just going, yes, doing it. And it's and changing that view of, oh, I feel like it, or oh, I don't feel like it. But it's no longer whether you like it or not. It's who you are, who you present, who you feel, who you want to be, and act like that person every single day. So my goals for 2026, I could say, next week. No, my goals for 2026. Some are, you can say, resolutions, New Year's resolutions. Some are big goals that I need to put a lot of effort into. Some are just things that me and my wife have set as a family to do. So let's start with the family one. Buying an apartment, which we are very close to. Second, having a baby, which we're working towards. If we get there, and I know that we will, that would be the best year of my life. Whatever else happens, I've always wanted to be at that. And I know that I'll be I know it's just the biggest of change anyone can experience. Because now it's not you, number one. The kid is number one. You fall second, which usually is I believe, a wrong thing to do. Because if you're not okay, the baby won't be okay as well. So we still have to be a bit like there. It has to be a balance. I'm just talking from what I'm thinking, not what I have lived through. I'll let you know on that on that part when it happens. So these are the two big family plans, family goals that we have. On a personal note, there are a few things as a resolutions throughout the year that I want to keep going and keep doing. First part, no alcohol, zero, stopping any alcohol. I have lowered it a lot. I was almost not drinking, just a couple of beers here and there. But I said no. This year, zero alcohol. It's bad on like it gives you nothing for your body, for your energy, and for your mind. It's just a small dose of little bit escape from reality for a short periods of time. that stinks afterwards a lot, and it just builds up, builds up, builds up. And I just realized recently that it also, because I've got this watch now, and it shows my sleep. And whenever I'm drinking, my REM is just not there, not existing. And REM is really important. The REM sleep is important for the restoration. Deep sleep and REM are the two important factors when you sleep. And I noticed that alcohol is always making it worse. So alcohol this year completely out. The other thing I said was because 2025 I did a pull up, but it was so not this way, but actually this way. So with the biceps, and I said, okay, in 2026 I'll do it this way. I actually already did it. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, first one check. uh, had the same feeling a few days ago when I did it. The second thing as a resolution that I have is every night before bedtime, uh, do a journal of what happened throughout the day. This is one thing I noticed throughout January and February when I was in flow state. I was constantly having before sleep check-in with the journal, just writing down what happened throughout the day, so it clears out of my mind and it's already on the paper. So this is going in this year. I'm keeping few things that I have started in December, so 10K steps per day. I started on the 1st of December, so I haven't missed a day. Flossing started on 5th of December, haven't missed a night. So just flossing every night before going to bed. I started waking up. So I used to wake up at 5, but some days I was like, oh, I don't want. I don't feel like waking up, and I don't want to do this. I'm waking up at 4:30 now, with 30 minutes starting my morning with a meditation, then going outside to do a bit of exercise right now because it's cold. I do walking, just go to the to the street fitness to do a couple of pull-ups, and then coming back, then doing journaling, then reading a book. So that's the morning routine that I'll be keeping. And this week, couple of days, I continued sleeping, but it wasn't because I missed my alarm or I was like, oh, I don't feel like waking up. It was actually to help my wife because she woke up middle of the night, and when I wake up she's like, oh, I haven't been able to fall asleep for 2 hours. I was like, okay, let me help you then. For the first day I was like, okay, I can wake up, I can get up, but I can sleep in with her and just help her sleep. And I did it for her. I really did it for her. Today was the same. I was waking up, she was super sad, and I can feel her energy just low, and she wasn't able to relax and calm herself. So I just spooned her, and she fell asleep, and we slept until 8 today. So this is today's. So it's not. Oh, it doesn't matter what happens outside. You will be waking up at 4:30. Like if there's a day when we're out, like there's some sort of a program, or we're out and about having a dinner party, whatever it is, and we come back at 12 o'clock, going to bed at 1. Like, of course, I'm not going to wake up at 4:30 because I would prefer being more energized and having my sleep in. But just every day on a normal day, even Saturday. Yesterday I woke up at 4:30. I did everything. It was rain, it was pouring outside. I still went outside and did my walk. And yesterday was an amazing day. I did a lot of work on my coaching program. I did so much on the personal operating system that I'm building right now. And I'm super proud of the work that I did. So 4:30 waking up. The other thing that has been a struggle last year was I was having this strict-ish waking time at 5 a.m., but my going to bed time was not set. It was okay. This will be a 10, 10:30, 11, 9. This year, between 9 and 9:30. This is the time when I'll be in bed, and I've been keeping it, and I will continue keeping it. Having this strict routine, it, it's super helpful. You don't need to make the decision. You don't need stress yourself. Oh, when do I need to wake up? It's just okay. It's building into it's a habit. Your body and your mind is just doing it easily, and it's an empowering thing. You get to rest. I get to rest. I get to rest. I get to sleep. I get to recover and recharge for the next day. And next day I wake up. I meditate. I exercise. I journal. I learn new things. Just the first 2 hours of my day, I already setting up the success for the next part. When I start building my business, when I start reaching out to people, when I start posting and creating content, when I need to do anything else, like looking for the apartment, going through the legal stuff, doing through the documents, it's just and having a few recovery points throughout the day as well. This is super important to actually maintain a flow state for a long period of time, not a short burst and then 2 months of downtime of I want to go back to flow state. But how did I do it the first time? I can do it, but I don't want to. I feel like doing it. No. So this is 2026, and the big goal, the reach, the ambition, and why everything else falls back into that. Just creating that amazing routine, that those amazing habits, and having the baby, having an apartment. Everything falls to my main goal, my main ambition. 1,000 coaching hours, working with people, coaching for 1,000 hours. Last year, I haven't properly typed it, checked it, kept it. On an estimation between 100 and 200, so I'd say 150. So this time is 10xing it. Why is this important to me? Last year, I was saying, finding 10 clients, 5 clients, 3 clients, whatever, connecting it with money. It didn't work. It wasn't. It wasn't pulling me toward it. But 1,000 hours, it's becoming a master in something that brings me joy. Because I created a joy list, that all the different things that brings me joy. And joy is very important. Joy is much more important than happiness, because happiness is situational. Happiness is circumstantial. It depends on where you are, with who you are, what you're doing. Joy is from the inside. Joy is things you do, things that brings a smile to your face, things that just by thinking of, you're like, that's actually great. It's not I depend on something. It's okay, this brings me joy. And coaching brings me joy. Being there for the exploration of people brings me joy. Seeing, just being there, asking a question, and then seeing that face of oh, just that aha moment. It brings me joy. I want to become a master in coaching, and the big books, the very heavy duty books, say to become a master in something, you need to clock in 10,000 hours. So I just want to be there with 1/10 of the 10,000 hours. And 1,000 hours of coaching, it sounds a bit in the ridiculous part for me, just from 150 to 200 hours last year to clocking 1,000 hours. Some might get scared. It's a bit scary. But that a goal has to be a bit scary. But also it has to be ambitious. And that is an ambitious goal. and I'm looking forward to achieving it. And if you are listening to this ever in your life, hearing this, and you're struggling in your life, you have a question that you're just not able to find out. If you are struggling with procrastination, hey, I know what it is. I know how it feels. I'm still fighting it. I have a lot of tricks. I have a lot of tools. I've tried a lot of things, and I know what works, I know what doesn't, and I know how to be consistent. I have been able to fight it off, then take it back, and then fight it off again. Let's connect. Let's help each other. You help me become a better coach. I help you live up to your potential. It's a win-win, isn't it? I always look for win-wins. I always look when we work together. That's what I'm looking for, the win-win. I don't look to take money just to take money. I look for people's realization, for their transformation, for their excitement. That's it from today. I'll see you next week. It was wonderful talking to you. Enjoy the rest of the day.